yeah, baby, 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 baby. I know, I know. See you, Mango. Oh, Mango, Mango, you little Django. Mango, you ginger mochka. At least you're not strong ginger, you're light ginger with it. You got bits of white on you, ain't you? You're a stylish ginger mochka. Tigress. Little tiger. You got tiger stripes, haven't you, baby? Hmm? Not like them crazy German shepherds. Oh yeah, not like them. They're crazy, aren't they? Them bloody German shepherds are crazy, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They are. They're crazy. Got to go to the petrol station. We'll have to get on the motorway. We'll have to go and put some petrol in the car. You know, some crazy people want to push a trolley out in front of me because they've got no brain. It's about right, isn't it? These Hungarian people, eh? They're a bit backward, aren't they? No wonder my dad left in 1956 and he was 16. No wonder he left and didn't want to come back and live here. Should have listened to him, shouldn't I, Ginge? Should have listened to me dad, should have listened to me auntie. My auntie Erzika, my cousin's mum, Fetso's mum, Ferenc. That me living here permanent is not a good thing. Because the way of life, I won't be able to cope with it. And they told me that, didn't they? They says, Attila, you're British. Obviously in Hungarian. Attila, te angoló vagy. Nem szabad életet van. Ez nem jó. And they told me that, didn't they? And I wouldn't listen. I didn't listen. Nem kellett tudom. Should have stayed in England. Again. It's a lovely country, let down by people who are, which I think are naturally not aggressive people. They're not naturally aggressive people. I think that their attitude towards foreign people from all countries is not really is not very nice, and tourists, I would recommend tourists not to even come to Hungary, and that is the truth. And the reason for that is Ginger Mango, is because I find the false, what people say about Hungarians are nice people, I will only actually accept that from a small minority, a very small minority. And I'll tell you the reason for that is because even the people in the shops, they will even try and rip you off, won't they? And how they do it is, it's like these closed shops. What the tourists don't know is If they see an item and it says 70% off or 50% off or 30% off, you think you're getting a good deal, but you're not. They lie to you because they know that a lot of foreign people don't know the language. And then you either buy it or you don't, and then you end up buying it, realise that you've never had no percentage took off, and what the people are doing, that extra money, what you've paid with, which then they can swindle, they're putting it in their pocket for little weekends, aren't they? To have little parties. But what they do, what they don't realise is that I'm like a secret agent, because I know what's going off, and I've caught them, haven't I, Ginge? I have, and I've took clothes back to the shop for my ex-wife, haven't I? And they've gone, and they didn't realise when I understood, because I let my wife go and buy the clothes, and then I went in and sorted it out. And what your dad told them to do is stick the clothes right up their backsides. And I did. I said, you horrible Hungarian people, how dare you do that to my ex-wife? Well, at the time I said wife, didn't I? You see? And what else do they do? What else is a big problem here? Pushing in queues. Even the older generation who's supposed to have respect, they push into the queues, don't they? When there's families of tourists, families with their children, the little children are really hungry, and then these old people just push in, look at you, and don't have a care in the world. And if you say anything, they make you look the bad person. But they don't do it with your daddy, do they? Because what does your dad tell them to do? Your dad tells them to get fucked, doesn't he? He says, all you old people, you're horrible, get fucked, and make your way to the cemetery, doesn't he? Because your dad won't tolerate any crap off anybody. And sometimes these horrible people need telling. And it's some of the younger generations, like where the gypsies and some of the Hungarians think they're big men, don't they? They think they're big men, and they think, oh, I will push in front of this English man at the cashier's desk. He won't say anything because we're big people, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. But your dad doesn't care, does he? Because your dad then tells them in Hungarian what fucking arseholes they are. He tells them, doesn't he, Ginge? He does, he says, you fucking Hungarians, get out of my way. I'm next, not you. Show some respect to other people, especially tourists. But you know what? This is what the Hungarians don't realise goes off. There's only a small minority, like my cousin, he knows what goes off. Ferenc, he knows, he told him. Ferenc told him that I would not be happy, Bulldog hit one. He told him. Because they don't think like English people, and you know anything else what happens? They don't understand jokes, do they? No, they don't. I told them, I'm training you to talk English. I know, listen, I keep telling the cats and yourself, and I've told the dogs, we can't bloody trust them, can we? We can't. I mean, I did make a big mistake living here, didn't I? All that money I've thrown at that house, and how much it's cost, Ginge? Anyway, Ginge, Mango Gingy, we've got to put some petrol in the car. You're going to be out on your own. We'll put some, it's going to fill the tank up. We're right at the bottom, aren't we? So let's go fill the tank up. I don't know how your dad's going to cope with his bad hand. He has to use his left hand. God, that's a big problem for men, you know. When you got to use your opposite hand. Oh, it's terrible. Women don't like it, you know. Anyway, Ginge, I'm just going to go and put some fuel in, alright? You stay safe. I'm not going to be a minute. Slowly, are you? baby? How you doing, my little baby Ginge? Gave me a chocky. I'd give it you, but I ain't got you no biscuits, have I? Right, Ginger Ginge. A bit of latte. How's everybody doing? You alright? Are you all alright? No. We don't want to really go on about all these Hungarians, do we? Should we leave that now, that subject? Let's talk about to all my fans around the world. They think I'm crazy Ottila, crazy Arpad. How we doing? You know that obviously I went to put petrol in. Got to wear masks now. The masks, you know what, there's a lot happening in Europe at the minute. That we've not had anything bad happening, well, as far as I know, in Hungary, but except I know that now last 3 days ago, we've had to start putting masks on. Been really good here. It's been really very laid back for even when it was really bad last year and whenever. Never anything like England where you're queuing in shops, queuing outside shops. You just went in and out. So yeah, so we're back to wearing masks then, as you know, when I went to the petrol station. So as you know, like when I went to the petrol station. Anyway, Cat's got to go back today. Like I said, we don't make, like, there's no appointments. All they say is it's open between 8 and 6 o'clock at night. So I've just left at whatever time. So the problem is you could go there and there could be quite a few people, or there might not be hardly any people. It's potluck really. But yeah, I'm on the way to Neri Jaza. Got another, I don't know, 10 mile, 10-15 mile before I come off the M3 motorway. Before I come off the M3 motorway, so the cat, hopefully, I mean, the cat's been doing all right. Been jumping around now. He's climbing on windy ledges. He's always been okay with his toilet and everything, hasn't you, Ginge? Call him Ginger all the time, I do. Probably don't understand me, but there you go. Ginge, Mango Ginge. But yeah, he seems happy enough. So we go to the vets, hopefully he'll get the all clear, saying that his leg's alright, healed fine. I don't know how much it's going to cost. It's actually cost, up to now, 400. You'll have to tell me if that's cheap for a leg what's practically broken or separated at the bone or whatever. And it's obviously, he's had to have it all stitched up and wired, put back in place. But it was, everything's cost for up to now £414 in English money. So you'll have to tell me in America and England or wherever you are around the world. I imagine most of Europe is pretty much the same, especially in Eastern Europe. So you'll have to just let me know. I still personally think it's a little bit expensive for here, but had to be done end of the day. So yeah, so he's going back to the vets. Aren't you, Ginger Minge? Other than that, what else? I've just had my retro toilet delivered this morning. That turned up at 8 o'clock. Plus, what else turned up? No, that was it. Yeah, just the retro toilet, because I've got a stainless steel, like a silver retro pipe. What goes to the? Is it called the cistern? The cistern. What runs to the water canister. Cistern. What goes to that? So it's looked really nice. Up to now, pretty crap really. I'm not the happiest of people, but the fencing cost me, with everything, including the guy who did the fencing. He dug with his digger, his mini digger. He dug a 30-metre hole outside running to the bungalow. Another hole, because the plumber has had to put all new plastic water pipes in to take the metal ones out. So he done that for me at 90,000 foreign, which is 200 odd pound. Probably about 270 pound, 280 pound, around that sort of price. And so he put all that bill onto his bill. So for the fencing and obviously he had to trim back the bushes, what that next door neighbour didn't do, the farmer boy. He didn't trim it today. All he did was cut like the tops of bushes. I could have done all that. I mean, I paid him £900 for all that. He wanted 400,000 foreign. So I've been pissed off about that with him. But he's had to cut all his trees what are overhanging on my side. You know, when if you watch my previous videos where I was saying to you that the way the field in the back and the way he's got them trees what go overhanging to my garden is like a big ditch, and I told you that that's really where I said to him that he'd have to fill soil back. Well, what he did, he cut the trees back, put soil in there to level it all out, which was good of him. But what he had to do, obviously, he didn't just put the metal into that soft soil what he put back. What he ended up actually doing, which has cost me extra, he got like extra 1 metre tall fencing posts, so that they'd obviously go deeper into the main ground in concrete, and then obviously the soil would be like another, I don't know, 60 centimetres above the level of the ground, where to make it look neat. But I don't know whether he put all the soil back. I think he sort of left that to what I want to do, but that's sort of how he's done it. So that's cost me a little bit extra, and obviously included in that money also is an extra. It was an extra 10 metres of fencing I've had to have done. Although I did measure it out right, it isn't me. What's happened is, where you go through the main gate, what goes into the back from the house garden, where I said to you the outside toilet is on the right. When you go out into the garden, you notice there's some trees on the right where there's that big tractor tyre. Well, obviously he was going to put the fence in. I measured it from the wall just to go straight. Then what I decided to do was, because I didn't want to cut those trees down for the sake of the birds and the little animals, I didn't even remove the tractor tyre. Whether he did, I don't know. I decided to have the fencing going round that and getting level with the fence, because it's still a really wide gate. What is it? Must be a 3-4 metre gate there. So hopefully that's where I think the fencing, the extra fencing's coming. But I don't mind. I know I haven't been ripped off. But for everything what that fencing guys had to do, and all every bit of work, the dry concrete, everything, it has cost me. How much do you think it's cost? And let you have a thing what you think it's cost in English money, or whatever money you want to work out. So I'm going to give you a minute to have a think. What do you think it's cost to do all that fencing, extra couple of jobs, chopping the trees, digging the hole? Bear in mind how big the field is. It's huge, isn't it? It's huge. So, Ginger, they're having a think, Ginger. They're having a think how much it cost me. So have you had a little bit of a think? £17,000 it's cost me. Seems a lot of money done it for fencing, but there you go. 17 grand it's cost me. So £17,000 in UK British pounds sterling. So you can work that out in your dollar, whatever other nationality country you're from, euro, whatever. But it was 17,000 UK pounds. Right, the builder, what it has cost me, I'll let you have a think. I don't know whether I mentioned it. For the concrete, for the concreting on the floor, for the concreting on the floor, just in the house, all the concreting, bathroom, just pure concrete. I'm going to let you have a think while I come off this junction here. So you have a little bit of a think for a minute. How much do you think, or how much do you think that concrete? Bear in mind, they had to remove the old soil and sand. What? Because obviously it's always a lot of sand and soil. What do you think it has cost to concrete the floor in that house? Forget about all the mess they've left. That's something else. So I'll let you have a little bit of a think. While I have a little sip of my latte. Have you had a think? Right. To do the concreting in the house, just the floor, nothing else, not even the wall tidying up. The walls have got to be done. And what I've decided to do with the walls, I'm going to take it all back, remove all the old plaster. I'm taking it back to bare brick, and I'm having all brick, natural brick in the house. Make it, give it a real good retro look, and put pictures on the wall. And the kitchen, like I said to you, is going to be made out of bricks. And then there's going to be a work surface on top, and that is how the kitchen's going to be. So all the fronts of what you will see, like where you'd see the lower cupboards and whatever, it's all going to be like open bricks. It's going to be really nice. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So have you worked it out? Right. Well, so we've got £17,000 for the fencing and the extra couple of jobs, lopping the trees and digging the pipe. Right, okay. £13,000 to do the concrete under the floor. I personally think it's extortionate. It wasn't a job I could have done on my own. Clearly it's very deep. I don't know whether anybody knows much about this, but you know, there's a couple of things I've sort of seen what I like, but I don't know the price. Ambulance. I love this polished concrete. You know, you ever seen this polished concrete? What they do, where they basically, a bit like polishing a car up, the bodywork, and what they do is they polish the concrete up with fine grit sandpaper, like what you do, like 100 grit, 150 grit, 200. And then they polish it, then they put like a polymer on top. It's a little bit like when you're polishing a car body. It looks really, really good. I love it, I do. I just don't know how much it's going to cost. But I mean, you know, I've already got an idea what tiles I'm putting down. I've seen these black and white pattern tiles. They're absolutely gorgeous, about 30 centimetres. And I really do like them. But I'm going to be honest with you at this minute, getting quite expensive, and I have to be, you all have to realise, right, that I do have to sell this other house. It's got to go. Her mum ain't gonna like it, right? Her mum, I mean, I've not really said much about her mum, but she's got no legs, right? But the fact is, that house has got to go. I've got a lot of money in that house, and that house has got to go. My girlfriend knows that, right? Her mum's very stubborn. It's causing a lot of problems, and the truth is, it's got to go. It has got to go, because she's got no legs. She can't do anything with the arse. She can't do nothing with the arse. So what is the point? Just being on a bed, rolling around into the kitchen to do, you know, do a little bit of cooking, which you can't really do proper anyway, because you can't even see inside the bleeding pans. I mean, the time she's fell out that pissing wheelchair, she smacked her head, she head-butted, or you're gonna laugh at this. There's one day, I'm going back a long time ago, before we had like all the dogs, she fell out the pissing wheelchair, right, head-butted. You know, I know you're gonna laugh. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I pissed myself. I can't help it. She head-butted all the pissing plates and cups what was been washed and sitting in the drying plastic thing. All the knife and forks went over, so she'd cut all her head, right? Fell out the pissing chair, right? We had to drag her back up, and she sort of dragged herself out the kitchen. I mean, I'm sorry, but it was fucking hilarious. I mean, why? She should be in home. I'm not being funny. Yeah, Sunsy's looking after her. This is what Sunsy's job is, right? But the point is, if she's going to do stupid things, right, how can you look after somebody who can't just behave themselves? Alright? If you go out the house and you say, right, sit there, behave yourself, don't do anything, you know I've got to go to the shop, right? Why can't she just do that? Why does she have to do these things? She's fell over in the bathroom downstairs. She's done all sorts of things. Tell you what, right? Sends you crazy. Tell you what, I love this latte coffee. I thought they're doing these garages. So yeah, it's a bit of a. I'm just laughing. I'm not laughing. There's a woman. I'll turn the camera around. Turn the camera around. See that woman and bloke? Look at them. They can't take their eyes off my car. You know what I mean? You look and feel like an alien sometimes, because they see English plates, see a big white Mercedes, and it's like it just fascinates them. I get it all the time. I mean, this is a big city here as well. But you know what? Because you don't see English cars out here in this part of, you don't really see a lot of English cars in general in Hungary, but especially on the northern side of Hungary, going towards Ukraine and, you know, here in Romania and everywhere. Anyway, fascinates me when I come here, you know. Make me laugh, people do. I'm hot, I'm bleeding out. I've got this body warmer on. It's got goose feathers inside. It's absolutely boiling. It's got goose feathers inside. I'm absolutely sweating. You know, I've got an idiot in front of me now. I don't know where he's going or what he's doing. You get him all the time. So yeah. So the arse has got to go. The arse has got to go. There's a lot of things I regret. There's a lot of things I regret regarding Hungary. I wish I listened to people. I wish I listened to my dad, my aunt, cousins. The country itself, I absolutely love. I'm sorry, but the people. You are hard work, very, very, very hard work, very. And you don't. And the problem is, a lot of them, they don't even realise it. They don't even realise it either. So, my car's filthy. My car's filthy because I don't really. I mean, I've got my hand's in the right mess. Oh, I can show you my hand, because what I did. I'm talking to you now, but I took my bandage off last night because my hand swelled up, and then as I sort of slept, kept my arm sort of straight, like looking up, because my hand started to get a bit warm and the blood flow. So I had to be careful. But you know, once this house is done and I sell this house, the dogs are going to have a lot more security at the other house, more room. And then what I'm going to do is, I have no idea right this moment, no idea right now what is going to happen regards to the registering of my car. I'm still waiting on my passport, my Hungarian passport. I'm hoping it's going to come this week or next week. I told you I did that extra bit of paperwork. So we're just going to have to, just see. Do you see that C43 in front? I quite like them, right? Do you know the only problem? Right, I don't, you know, the four-wheel drive, and I do like them for a smaller car. Not to replace this car, I wouldn't swap that for this. I'll be honest with you now, I would not swap that car for this. I love my car, but I told you, I'm getting another car, didn't I? But then I'd have a C63 over that. You know, I prefer the older design. I just think they look more classy. I mean, I love this car, this S212. I absolutely love my car. I love this car, and I mean it's fast as well. It's a quick car. Especially, you know, I'm not a boy racer, so I don't go racing from the traffic lights, but the mid-range punch is absolutely phenomenal. There's a big BMW thing here, you know, they love BMWs. Mind, they love Mercs as well, but a lot of them like BMWs. So, and I'm talking about all sorts, aren't I? So, I've got to get that house sold, and then I'll be honest with you, right? I'm draining now. I'm what it is, I can't throw every single bit of the few thousand. I can't be doing it. You got to remember, right? I told you, it's savings, right? I told you, people look at me, right? Yeah, I've done all right. I have done all right, and I'm not going to deny that, you know. And I don't bullshit, right? I don't go around bullshitting about things, right? But what you need to realise, do not get that mixed up with thinking that I'm a rich man. I'll tell you now, right? I would let you into one secret. If I had a good job, I had a good lorry driving job. I worked for Toyota Material Handling Forklifts. They paid well. They paid good wages. I was on good money. I'm not going to tell you what I'm on because I can. I was earning about £4 grand a month. I'll be honest with you, £3,000–4,000 a month, no problem. But I will be honest with you. You could, if you was prepared to do. I know everybody's thinking, oh, that was good money. That was good. Yeah, it was good money. It was good money. But I tell you what, I worked hard. I told you, I weren't doing less than 60 hours a week. Majority of the time, 65, 70 hours. So, yeah, I was working very, very hard. I admit that. But I love the job. But if I was earning that money now, with all the money I've had, or kept earning the money I've had with my savings, I've been sensible. And I admit, I have been a bit of a secret. There's certain things I don't tell people. But right, listen to me. I don't need to go around telling everybody and telling my friends and whatever about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, right? They know that. They've got their life, right? I've got my life. They do their thing, I do my thing. I don't follow nobody. I don't follow nobody. I follow everything I do, I follow, right? Yeah, you can discuss with people certain things, right? But end of the day, right, we're not children. We know where we want to go with our life. I've always wanted to come to Hungary. I've always wanted to come to Hungary. But I will admit this, my actual life right now is not the full life I wanted, what I would have really have preferred to have done. But now I've tied myself, I've made my life more difficult with animals. This is what I'm saying to people, please don't make the mistake I've done. I love my animals, right? But if I could turn back the clock, maximum would have been 2 German Shepherds. I have no real big issue with cats, but then again, I wouldn't have even had cats. It's either one or the other. Cats are a lot easier, I will admit. Cats are a lot more easier to look after, but I don't think, and I know it happens in England, animals get killed and toxic and everything, you know, and they put a lot of weed killer down in England, which is bad, and slug pellets and things like that. You need to be aware of all these things, you know. You're killing wildlife and you're killing animals. You know, a lot of you people don't realise, but you're endangering everything, what's breathing. You know, it's not even good for people. If our few people realised how bad some of this spray is and weed killers, you wouldn't use it. You don't look into it. I mean, did you know, right, I'm going to let you into all the secret now, right? Do you know how toxic cement is? Do you really know? The amount of videos I watch people undoing bags of cement and all that dust is going everywhere. I'm telling you something now, if you knew what was in cement and how fatal it is, you wouldn't do it. I would never mess around with cement now without putting a mask on. I'm telling you that right now. I'll tell you why. And I learned, and I've learned. When I was working for Toyota, we went to, I can't remember the town I was in now, I went to the main cement factory. No, not like British Egyptian plasterboard. I don't know where it was, but I went to a proper cement business, and I couldn't believe how lethal it is, and the signs what was up, and I was thinking I was going into a fucking I'm nearly at the I'm talking now, I'm gonna let you look. I'm nearly at the vets. It was like going into Chernobyl. It was that toxic, right? And the security, I'll be honest with you, I thought, is this cement that toxic? The making of cement, right, is so lethal you would not believe. And I tell you now, if you knew how bad cement was, you would never mess around with cement, mixing cement or undoing a bag without having a mask on, a proper mask. Believe me, everybody, do not piss about with cement or anything like that. That shit goes in your lungs, right? It's lethal. It's lethal, honestly, it's lethal. I'm being honest. You need to realise. So please, anybody, put a mask on when you're messing about with cement. I'm being really serious. I really am being serious. Come on, darling. Come on, get that big bottom out of the way. You done sprayed your hair this morning. I'm not going to park there because I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to park out the way because I'm that kind of guy. Yeah, you can see them bungalows now, can't you, at the back? Look alright, don't they? Oh God, I've never noticed that. The driveway of that bungalow practically goes down to the fencing. I tell you what, it's more busy down this end than it is at the front end. Jesus wept. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what, quite hot really, to be honest with you. I can sort the cat out. You can see the vets. Huh? How's your legs? Let's go and see the vets. You on the foot? Right. Stupid junction. Right, so we've got Mango back. You've probably heard me mention it to Mango. He's had his stitches out, cleaned it up with a bit of betadine, what I put on here. They said my hand doesn't look good. They don't look good at all. But they were sort of laughing about it, but they said it doesn't look good. And maybe I should get it checked out. But I'm not doing that. Got to come back in 2 weeks' time again with the cat. They said the cat can't do any jumping about or mix with the other cats. Another 2 weeks of him being in the other bedroom. With one of Sunsee's lads' bedroom. The problem is the 2 dogs in the house. Right nightmare. It seems absolutely. I can understand because the last thing, because we know cats fight, don't we? But personally, it's a bit of a nightmare, but it's not really what I wanted to hear really, because I'm the one who's got to come down here with the cat and Sunset not do it. And I really was going to open once my bath comes. I was going to start taking all the dogs down to the other house. So the last thing I really want to be doing is coming all the way from the other house to go to this house to pick the cat up to take it to Nearridge House, because it's completely opposite direction. Complete utter nightmare, to be honest with you. So anyway, he said the cat's fine. I mean, I've got to be honest, animals, they're not stupid, right? Animals will only do what they want to do. I can't keep that cat locked up in that box. Remember, it needs to go to the toilet, got to be fed, water. Yeah, it can eat in the box, but at the end of the day, it can't live in the box. So the truth is, how can you stop a cat from jumping about or jumping on a windowsill? I can't be there to constantly. The cat knows whether. Well, the cat knows what it can and cannot do. So yeah, it just seems absolutely ridiculous. I mean, everybody knows we've got what cat. I mean, if the cat's walking on its leg, it wasn't walking on its leg at first. It did take a good over a week before it started to trust his own leg. He knows how he feels. Animals aren't stupid. They're not stupid. But you know, physically trying to stop a cat from jumping about or whatever is absolutely, in my eyes, is absolutely stupid. How can I do that? But all I can do is like locking it in the box 24/7. Impossible. I'm not doing that for it to shit and piss. Ridiculous. He's been fine. He's been in and out the box, and I'll just do what I've been doing previous now, because clearly the cat's done well for itself. Whatever we've done right. There are two German Shepherds there, brown and black, but you know, I thought looking at them, really skinny, and you can't say nothing to these young games. You know, they think they're clever, right? But I really want to say, I mean, one looked like he had worms. Like, neither of them dogs, in my eyes, look healthy. They don't like it when you say things. They don't like it. So I didn't, but I just left him talking. He's had basically got like he's had a scab on his leg with a little hole. Yeah, it looks like the dog's got worms, so I just didn't bother saying anything. But to say it was 2 year, absolutely tiny. God, the size of it was tiny to my dogs. I'll tell you what, if you see my females, you bloody die. I mean, my dogs look healthy. They look healthy. They're thick-bodied, lots of fur. But it's different dog, you see. Then my German Shepherds look completely different to that German Shepherd. That was your typical brown and black German Shepherd, short haired one. I mean, my dogs now, especially if you see my female one, that when I told you is a bogger, a star, fur's like this out its neck. It look absolutely. I'm gonna do a video. I haven't been going out to the dogs feeding them, you know. I've been sending my girlfriend out because of my hand. So I don't want to get dirty or accidentally jump on me or anything. And I can't really clean up properly. I can't do anything. Here, look, you can look at me thumb now. Here, look. Don't look good, does it? If it looks a bit yellow, that's betadine, the surgical the surgical juice, what you put on. That's what that is, to keep it clean. What they put on people when they have operations and things. So that's what that is. But yeah, it don't look good, does it, if you have a good look? Oh, here's one of them guys. He looks like he's, all he does is drink alcohol. I ain't got no money. I've got no change to give him. Sorry dude, I've got nothing. I ain't got no change for you. Now before anybody says anything, yeah, I could end up like that. But what I will say is, I gave a girl at the Tesco's, what they do, they stand by the shopping trolleys, you know. They stand by the shopping trolleys. So what I did, the 100 foreign, I just sometimes give them the trolley. I gave it a gypsy girl the other day. She had no teeth, well, it was all rotten, looks like she's a bloody crack addict or something. But you see, it annoys me a little bit, because when I see people getting drunk and on drugs, I don't see why I should give them money. And I know a lot of these are drinking alcohol all the time as well, just so it annoys me a little bit. Really long way to go to a vet's, isn't it though? That's what, 45 mile away? Seems ridiculous, doesn't it? It's a bit like, a little bit like going to Leicester, isn't it? Like we go from Nottingham to Leicester. Well, a little bit further. What, ever so hard to weigh the weather up, you know, at the minute. Cold in the mornings, first thing, it's a little bit milder. Sweating. I ain't got the temperature on full. I don't know, one would have to eat today, but I'm bloody hungry. I've not had no breakfast. In fact, I'll tell you what I did have. I'll tell you what I did eat before. I'll tell you what I did eat, because I had an antibiotic tablet. I still had some antibiotic tablets from when I had my cough, and I got to start taking them because this started really puffing out. It started getting really puffy. Still is a little bit here. But I don't like taking tablets on an empty stomach. I mean, I had a couple of cups of tea, so I had some Snickers bar. So yeah, like I was saying with the house earlier on, it's killing me really, you know. It's just taking all my money. I really don't know later on what. This is what I'm saying to you. I've got to. It's a really, like I said, if I did not have the dogs, with the situation how I feel now or what I'm heading towards, I definitely, I'm ill. You know, I've admitted that I've got an illness. A lot of people don't like to say they've got an illness, or people don't know you've got an illness. It's not a, you know, with what's up with me, it's not a visible illness. You're only probably gonna know, like, if I really lost my temper, or sometimes maybe the way I might think. But I'm not saying my thinking's off the charts where it don't make no sense. I think the way I think must be my intelligence, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the way I think. I mean, you know, the greatest of minds, always a bit of a craziness inside. Look at Van Gogh, look at some of your top actors, some of your film stars back in the day. A lot of them suffered from things like depression, even the stars of today. The problem is, the way I look at it, it seems that it's okay for a star to be ill. But when it comes down to the normal run-of-the-mill people, what I would say who live a normal life, I don't think they get the same respect as what a star person gets. It's like when I was working, when I had my illness, nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared how I felt. Nobody cared what was going through my mind. Even my family didn't. Nobody cares, because the only people who are going to understand, right? The only people who understand. I mean, I think, I don't know, have I got borderline personality disorder? Am I manic depressive? I don't know. The doctor can't pinpoint it, but when I read about a personality, I definitely think I've got personality disorder, and it's very, very mixed up with my manic depression, because a borderline personality disorder, your moods can go up and down in a day. Now I know that I'm like that. I can be like that, but you've got to bear in mind, I have a lot of problems going on around me right now, so I'm never going to be, right now I'm never going to be fully happy, because I admit, I'm not happy with my life. I'm not. I've got a lot going on. I told you this before, you know, living with the amount of animals I've got, you know, really, yeah, I admit, I made a mistake. I should not have let my female and male Erdi and Suki, the mum and dad, I should not have let them have pups. Secondly, when I did do it, I was not out to make money on them. Thirdly, all I was actually going to do was give the dogs to people, because I thought that with the male being such a big dog, I just thought it would have been nice to get that gene of that German Shepherd, because how big he is, and to pass that dog on, to pass that gene on, because he is the Erdi, the dad, is a big German Shepherd. It's not a small German Shepherd. And the cat's looking at me going, it's quite funny really. She's just staring at me. Here, I'm gonna let you see her in a minute. Can you see her? staring at me, aren't you? Yeah, so that was the idea, but what ended up happening was I actually realised it was practically impossible to get them dogs to the UK, and then they clamped down on dogs that many. You're not allowed. You are not allowed to. You're not allowed to have more than, I think it's 4 or 5 animals, dogs, travelling abroad to another country or to the UK without having a proper licence regarding that you are a proper breeder. Well, I'm not a breeder. I'm proud to say I'm not a breeder. I don't want to be a breeder. I'm not a breeder, full stop. Right? I will never intentionally out to make money on my dogs. So I kept the dogs, and then the next thing what happened was I realised that even in Hungary, to find a decent family or whatever who would take the dog, take a dog on or take 2 dogs on was practically impossible, because then I started to realise even some of the best of the families, some of them still can chain the dogs up, not let the dogs in the house. But I ain't really got a problem with the dogs not going in the house, but I do think that the dogs need somewhere where they can be warm, especially in the winter months. But if you've only got 1 or 2 dogs, I don't see the problem why it can't be in the house. They should be allowed in the house. Let the dogs then choose what they want to do. Excuse me. Let the dogs choose what they want to do. But I would probably not let any of the dogs sleep outside if I didn't have all the dogs I've got. But they have got somewhere warm to sleep. But bear in mind, mine have got really thick coats. They've got like triple coats. But I don't see the problem. And here they don't have the same respect for animals like we do in England, or probably maybe America or some of the other countries. I do think that Eastern Europe, regards to animals, is still many almost bordering on prehistoric. Like I said to you, I'm never going to agree, and I do not agree on this, the way they kill pigs now. Even the way they kill pigs with a knife is in the neck is disgusting. It's really brutal. It really is brutal. And anybody who's teaching their child to do that in a family, you've severely got some marbles missing from your brain, because it's not normal. I don't care about Hungarian traditions. There's been a lot of traditions what have come and gone, and they should stay in the past. We don't need it. We don't need it in today's society. If you think forcing a big knife into a pig's neck is acceptable, you need to go and see a psychiatrist severely. And I don't agree on it. And I don't care if any of you Hungarians, right? I don't like what I'm saying. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. I really don't give a shit. I don't care. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to watch my videos. But at the end of the day, right, I can say what I want to say to a point. You can have your opinion, right? But I can tell you now, if you want to eat a pig, I'm not a vegetarian, right? But I have been closely thinking about it. But the way of killing that pig is not a nice way of killing it. There's faster ways, and you want that pig meat, just go to a butcher's. Just go to a butcher's, because it's brutal. It's brutal and prehistoric, and it's sick. Because we all know, right? You don't just kill the pig with knives, do you? You don't. I've seen all sorts. I'm not going to mention it. It's bad enough people listening to me what I'm saying right now, right? People don't like to hear it, right? But I've seen some of the things you have been using, especially when you've been drinking. You're drunk. It's absolutely sickening. You need actually a rope. A lot of you need a rope put around your neck. You need hanging from a tree, because what some of you have done to some animals here, right? It's repulsive. Repulsive. It really is. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm not going to be the flavour of a lot of Hungarians. I'm not. But what you need to understand is I've been coming here since 1970 as a child, and things I have seen, nobody can say anything to me, because I have come as a tourist. I've lived here. I've spent all my life coming here. Right? I've seen changes. I've seen people's behaviour. And I can tell you now, living in Hungary is an absolute nightmare. It is the most difficultest. I've never struggled with being somewhere as difficult as it is in Hungary. It really is difficult. The way you carry on and do things, it's absolutely beyond me. There's nothing what you actually do normal. You see, the problem is, the problem is you've not been to England, or you've not travelled to any countries, because a lot of you haven't been out of the country, right? I know that England's very violent, right? I admit that. And I know that England has got some very, very, very horrible people, right, compared to Hungary. But the point is, majority and the amount of people in England, the mentality is a lot more normal than what you are in Hungary. You know, just getting jobs done, normal jobs done around the house, work to get a workman. It's absolutely, your sanity just goes out the window. There's been days where I feel like I'm absolutely cracking up. It's been terrible. I mean, I really don't know how. I won't be here. I'll be honest with you. I'd come here. I would still probably come for an holiday. I love Europe, right? I admit I've not been to America. I've not been to Australia, right? But I do love Europe, and I love Eastern Europe. But living here, it's just so difficult. It really is difficult. Not being able to just get hold of anything. I mean, you know, even down to some of the foods. I mean, having an English kebab to an Hungarian kebab. Most British people probably enjoy the Hungarian kebab. Sometimes it's alright, but it doesn't really fill me up. It's nothing like. I love to have a nice greasy English kebab, Turkish kebab, whatever, Muslim kebab, whatever. I love it. You know, in the naan bread, absolutely love it, with a salad and some chips or something. Love that. Do you know how much I miss that? Just getting a proper Chinese, getting a proper Indian. I've had to put the window down. It's pretty boring. I'm really warm. Hey, Mango, you look really relaxed in there. You are slick. Oh, you're getting a little bit happy, aren't you, little baby? My ginger mate. My ginger mate. I'm nearly home. So there's going to be a lot happening for, I mean, 2022 is going to be a big year for me. Big year. I mean, I've got the selling of the house. I don't know when it's going to go. I've got the selling of the house to do. So much. And for all you car people, you know, I had, like I said to you, I've got a big choice to make. Do I run the 2 cars? I mean, I don't personally need 2 cars. I don't need personally 2 cars. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a show off, nothing like that. But you know, when you're attached to a car, I love this car. I love it. It's got everything. It does everything. Good on fuel, to a degree, right? It's a proper motorway muncher. It can drive all over. It's rock solid, comfortable, plenty of room, fully loaded, pan roof, everything, all your safety features, you know, lane guidance. It's got everything on it. I absolutely love it. There isn't really anything I'd want, but I do, you know, I'm going to get that other car I want. I will be getting it, and I just, you know, I can't wait till I get that other car. But this will, I need this car for my travelling and me doing my YouTube, because eventually I'll be going, it is the truth, I'm going to be going all over. Once these dogs and the other house is sorted out, I'll be disappearing for like 2 or 3 days. You know, I'll be booking into little hotels. If I don't book into an hotel, I might just sleep in the car. Sleep rough. I mean, I'm used to it. You know, when I've travelled to England and whatever, I have plenty of room in this car. Plenty of room. So, yeah, so this camera won't keep turning round. Yeah, there's plenty of room in this car, so I don't mind sleeping in the car. Quite happy. I don't need much sleep anyway. I only get like 5 to 6 hours sleep in general. I tell you what I can't do though, I can't stay up at night like when I was younger. I get so tired at night. 8 o'clock I'm knackered. Tunse, Schneider Fekete. Well, I'm back home anyway. Oh, I've been talking, have I? Get this put in the garage. There's no point in me leaving it on the front. You know, when we have, if we had not had a storm for months, but I don't like the idea of getting a storm. Whoa. Get the Mochka out. See what I mean? That's my girlfriend's mum. That's right, Cal. Always not happy. Never happy. She's pissed off because I've done with this house. That's what's up with her. It's tough shit. I want my money. End of the day, I want my money, and that's how it's going to be. She knows she can't live in this house. My dog's looking at me again, aren't they? Look. There they are. 1 minute. You'll see him. Look at him. Look how big his paws are, like a bear. That's Kai. Right, everybody, take care. See you all soon. Love all of you. Bye.